Welcome to the Courage to Live podcast. My name is Josh Bitsko, and I'm a retired police captain out of Las Vegas with 24 years of experience. Currently, I travel the country and I teach people about resilience, courage, and leadership. So today, I think we're going to do something a little different and have like a little bit of a story time. So for years in Las Vegas, I was a canine handler. I worked a variety of different dogs, and the one dog that of all the police dogs that I worked, I would say really stuck out was Loki. And Loki was a Belgian Malinois. And we'll just say he was very enthusiastic about his job, which at times made him very difficult to train. Now I'm going to do a longer podcast about Loki's stories and his, where he came from, training him and all of that. But I figured we could mix up some of the resilience talk and all of that with a couple of stories on these short podcasts. So Loki was a patrol dog, which meant his sole job was to go out and find bad guys. And, most bad guys would just give up. People are afraid of dogs. They don't want to get bit. And so he didn't actually bite a lot of people, unless somebody ran or were hiding and wouldn't come out. So he did have his share of bites, which he loved. But generally, it was just people would give up. And because he had so much drive and so much energy, he would get frustrated when he couldn't find a bad guy. So there was a Sears in Las Vegas. I think it's closed now, but it was like a Sears superstore. It was giant. And every couple of months, what would happen is someone would hide inside the store during business hours, like in a rack of clothes. And then after the store would close, they would go out and burglarize it and steal things. And whenever that call came out, usually the suspects were gone by the time we got there, but we had to go clear it with our dogs. And this was like big enough that generally it took, 2, maybe even 3 police dogs to clear it efficiently. But this one night that the call came out, it was just, I was the only one free. All the other dogs were tied up either on SWAT barricades or other calls. And so I go to the call and I meet the manager. And, she says, we have the alarm that's going off. It's a motion alarm inside. We don't know if anybody's still inside. And so I grab my dog. I tell her, hey, this search is probably going to take an hour and, give me some time and we'll get it done. So I go in and start searching. Now, I would give announcements before to let anybody know that's inside that a police dog's going to come search, and if they don't give up, they could be bit by a police dog. And so, it's a warning that you have to give on all these searches. And honestly, I've done that before and had janitors yell out to me, hey, I'm in here cleaning. So it's always a good practice to do. So we start searching, and this is a long search. And one thing about Loki is because he had so much drive, he would start to get frustrated if he wasn't finding anybody as we continued to search. So, and imagine a big, like a big department store with clothes and, makeup and luggage. It's just everywhere you want. It seemed like every corner we turned, there was just more store. So we get through and we keep searching. And after about 30 minutes, I can feel Loki is frustrated. And one of the things he started doing was he'd be searching and he'd look over and see a mannequin. And he knows he has a nose, so he can smell if it's an actual person or not. But as he gets more frustrated, he's like, that mannequin will do. But he would just glance at it and he was searching, and I give him a quick correction, just like, no, go out, keep searching. And as the search continued, he became more and more fixated on these mannequins because he wanted to bite something. And I kept having to correct him off. What went from a glance went to him like kind of meandering towards the mannequin as he was searching, went towards him running towards the mannequin. And then almost at the end of the search, now, like I said, we're pushing an hour right here, and come around a corner, Loki's at a full run searching because he searched at 100%, no matter what, no matter how long we searched, he would keep going. And we come around a corner and I see him in a full run. And as I try to get around to see what he's running at, he's in the air and he completely demolishes this mannequin. And I'm talking arms and the head and pieces go flying everywhere. He ends up with some dress shirt that was on the mannequin, which he's like biting and tearing apart. I corrected him, finished the search, and we walk outside. He's tired, I'm tired, and I see the manager, and she is just gut laughing. And she tells me, she's like, I was watching you guys on the camera on my phone, and I saw him completely demolish a mannequin. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry about that. If you want to get a hold of our risk management, we can reimburse you. And she's like, well, is he friendly? Can I pet him? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, okay, well, if you let me pet him, then we'll just put it together and I'm not going to say anything. I'm like, deal. Here you go. So then Loki got his belly scratched, got some attention, and we left. Now, I'm going to weave in some of these stories, and I'm going to, share every couple of podcasts, different stories about Loki and my career. Just figure a change of what we generally talk about on this podcast. So again, thank you for listening. If you like the podcast, please share it. Please leave a review or subscribe. And I appreciate you guys spending some time with me today.